Standard 5 students. Today we will start question answer of lesson 9 skeletal system. So let us start the question answers one by one. So first we will discuss about question number 6 of short answers, because before only we have completed up to 5 number. So today first we will start 6 number question, that is, how do our face muscles help us? Answer is, the face muscles help to smile and frown. They help us in achieving in facial expressions. So face muscles help us to smile. When we smile, it helps us. It helps us in frowning, and it helps us in achieving and any type of facial expression we give with the help of our facial muscles. You can see 14 facial bones we have, and these all bones are covered with facial muscles, and these muscles help us to do different types of expression and other activities. Now, question number 7. What are tendons? Answer is, voluntary muscles are attached to bones by strong bands of fibers called tendons. So, what are tendons? Tendons are a strong fiber that joins bone with the muscles. These are the fibers that join bones with the muscles. Question number F. Answer these questions. So, in answer this question, first question is, what is an organ system? Name any 5 organ systems of the human body. So, as the organ system, a group of organs working together to perform a particular job for the body forms an organ system. So, a single organ cannot perform a particular job properly. So, many organs in coordination perform a particular job for the body, and these organs together form organ system, like nervous system, digestive system, muscular system, skeletal system, excretory system. All are 5 organ systems in our body. As for example, we will take digestive system. Then in digestive system, our mouth, esophagus, small intestine, large intestine, anus, and many glands like liver, pancreas, gallbladder, these are included. So, all these organs together form our digestive system. Now, next question number 2 is, name the different parts of the skeletal system. So, our skeletal system has many parts. In these parts are included skull, rib cage, backbone, girdles, and limbs. These are the parts of our skeletal system. We can see in the picture also a skull that protects our brain, rib cage that protects our heart and lungs, spine or backbone that protects our spinal cord, limbs and hands that help us in different types of movements and activities. Question number 3 is, list the functions of the skeletal system. So, our skeletal system has different types of functions which helps us in the following way. So, following are the functions. Let us discuss with one by one. It provides shapes and support to our body. Without the skeletal system, our body would be floppy like a jelly. We would not be able to stand also. So, you know that it gives shape and support. It makes the framework of our body. And without the skeletal system, our body will like a jelly. And we will not be able to stand also, walk also, move also. The next important function is that it protects our soft internal organs like brain, heart and lungs. As you have seen, our skull protects brain, our rib cage protects our heart and lungs, and spinal cord is protected inside the backbone, and our eyeball is protected inside the eye socket. The third number is, it allows the movement of the different body parts. Now, without the help of bones, our body cannot move the different parts. Next is fourth number, bones contain bone marrow. Substance is filled inside the large bone in the large bones where blood cells are made. White blood cells, red blood cells, and lymphocytes are also made inside the bone marrow. Question number 4. What are joints? Next part of the question is, describe the different types of joints in the body. So, let us see. Give you one example of each type. Answer is, a place where two bones meet is called joint. So, our body has different types of joints so that our body parts can move, because Without a joint, our body parts cannot move. So there is a place where two bones meet, that place is known as joint. There are four kinds of movable joints. Let us see about these movable joints. Ball and socket joint. This type of joint allows movement in many directions. The shoulder joint and the hip joint are examples of ball and socket joint. You can see in this, a ball and socket joint allows movement in all three directions, all three planes. Shoulder and hip joints are ball and socket joint. This type of joint is multi-axial, that means this can move in different directions. Now next, hinge joint. This type of joint works like the hinges in the door. This type of joint allows back and forth movement. Bones in the knee, elbow, fingers and toes have this type of joint. It can move the bones only in one direction. Knee is the largest hinge joint in the body. So this type of joint is like a hinges in the door, like we can move the door in one direction only, like that. Our elbow, knee and fingers and toes, we can move in one direction only. If we will try to move it in opposite direction, then it can break also. You can see the human knee, there is a hinge joint. This hinge joint allows the knee to move only in one direction. Now pivot joint. Pivot joint is also called rotary joint. This type of joint is found between the skull and the first two vertebrae of the spine. So our skull rests on first two vertebrae, and from there only it can move. It allows you to move your head up and down and sideways. You can move our head up and down and sideways also, left and right. The moving bone rotates within a ring that is formed from a second bone and adjoining ligament. Now it is joined with the ligament with the vertebrae, and in that it rotates within a ring. No? Let us see about the pivot joint. You can see our neck rests on the first two vertebrae, and it is how it is attached inside the ring of the vertebrae. In that only it rotates. Now next is gliding joint. This joint allows the bones to glide past one another in any direction along the plane of the joint. It is gliding over each other. Some of these bones in your wrist and ankles move by gliding against each other. We can bend our back easily because of this joint. In our vertebrae also, the small vertebrae, 33 bones are there. These all bones move and glide against each other. That's why we can bend our body in different direction. You can see in the picture, in our wrist, this type of gliding joint is present. In our ankles also you can see this type of gliding joint is present. Next is, what is the difference between voluntary and involuntary muscles? So two types of muscles are there, voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles. So you can see the difference. Muscles that are under our conscious control are called voluntary muscles. That means muscles that work according to our will. When we wish, then that type of muscles move. Examples are hand and legs. Now if I will wish, then only I can write, I can eat, or I can do different types of works with my hand. And legs also, if I want to walk, then I will walk with my legs. So it depends upon our will. I can control this movement. Now we can control this movement by our own will. So this type of movement is known as voluntary muscles. Whereas muscles that are not under our conscious control are called involuntary muscles. We cannot control these actions, like our heartbeat, the filtration of blood in kidney, the digestion of food in your alimentary canal. These all movements we cannot control. So these type of movements which we cannot control and that are not under our will, so these type of muscles are called involuntary muscles, like our heart, lungs, kidney, etc. You can see the picture also. Our hand, the muscles in our hand are voluntary muscles, whereas the muscles inside the internal organs like liver, gallbladder, large intestine, stomach, small intestine, and many different internal organs, their activities are not under our control, so they are called involuntary muscles. Now hot question answer G. So let us see about the hot question answer G. First number, would you be able to play football if you didn't have a skeleton? Why? Answer, no, we would not be able to play football because movement is possible due to a skeleton only. Without it would be like a jelly, unable to stand also. So if there will be no skeleton, then we would not be able to stand, because without a skeleton we don't get any support. That's why our body cannot move and we cannot play football. Question number 2. What would happen if you didn't have joints? So our body moves at the places where joints are there. A joint provides the connectivity between two bones in the human body. Two bones connect at a place. From there only we can bend or we can move our body parts. If our body had no joints, then it would be similar to a set of unconnected bones. It will not be possible for us to do activities such as bending and stretching ourselves. Also, we will not be able to move because joints are responsible for making the skeleton flexible by connecting the bones together. So, without the joint, we cannot bend our bones at any place of the body. So, it is not possible. A joint provides connectivity. No? So, without joints, we could not move our body parts. Now, question number 3. What would happen if your backbone was made up of just one long bone? If our backbone had only one single bone, then we would not be able to bend. We are able to bend because of the small bones which form the vertebrae. We then cannot have the ability to bend, twist or turn. So our backbone is not a single bone, it is many bones which are joined together with each other. That's why we can bend our body in different types. You can see the backbone or spine is made up of 33 bones called the vertebrae and is joined to the skull. Now our vertebrae is joined to the skull. Now next we will see about different types of activities that we do due to the joints in our vertebral column. So the spine is flexible part of the body that facilitate twisting and bending of our back in different directions. So spine is flexible due to the joints in it. Now next we will see about 4 number question. Would you been able to hold a pen and write if you didn't have bones in your fingers? Why? No, we would not be able to hold a pen without the bones in our fingers, because bones help in movement of our body parts. Without bones and joints, we cannot fold our fingers to hold a pen. So you know that where the joints are present, there only we can move our body parts, and our fingers have bones and joints also. That's why we can hold the pen. Otherwise, we would not be able to hold a pen without the joints and bones. So thank you, students. This question answer is completed in this video. We will meet again in the next video. So thank you all of you.